In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to calculate a weighted average in Excel. To get started, open Microsoft Excel and make sure you have a blank worksheet or a worksheet where you want to place your data. A weighted average is different from a regular average because it gives more importance to some values than others. In real-life examples, this is very common. For instance, a final grade might be based on assignments worth 30%, quizzes worth 20%, and exams worth 50%. Because the exam has the highest weight, it influences the final result more than the other categories. For this example, enter your sample data into the worksheet. In one column, list the assessment types: assignment, quiz, and exam. In the next column, enter the scores: 85 for the assignment, 90 for the quiz, and 80 for the exam. In the third column, enter the weights: 30%, 20%, and 50%. It's important to make sure these weights add up to 100% if you want the simplest version of the weighted average formula to work directly. Once your scores are in cells B2 through B4 and your weights are in cells C2 through C4, click on an empty cell where you want the weighted average to appear. Then type the formula equals sum, product open parenthesis B2 colon, B4, comma, C2 colon C4, close parenthesis. After that, press Enter. Excel will return the weighted average, which in this example is 82.5. What SUMPRODUCT does is multiply each score by its matching weight and then add all those results together. That's why it works so well for weighted averages, and why it's one of the easiest functions to use for this kind of calculation. There's also an important variation to know. If your weights do not necessarily total 100%, use a slightly more flexible formula. In that case, type equals SUMPRODUCT open parenthesis B2 colon, B4, comma, C2 colon C4, close parenthesis, / sum open parenthesis C2, colon C4, close parenthesis. This version divides by the total of the weights, so the calculation still works correctly even when the weights add up to something other than 100%. As a general rule, the formula structure is sum product of the values and weights divided by the sum of the weights. That approach helps prevent errors and makes your spreadsheet more reliable, especially when working with changing data. With that, you now know how to calculate a weighted average in Excel quickly and accurately.